What is up, you guys? It is Mario here from Just for Sports Podcast, and today I'm with my co-host Anthony Milian and with a special guest, Ryan Juan. Round of applause for our
Yes,
special
yes,
guest.
yes, yes.
Ryan, thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate having you here today. What's going on, my brother?
Appreciate you for having me, man. I'm excited to talk about some football, even though I'm in a basketball jersey. Um,
That's okay. It's a sick jersey. Show the
oh,
viewers.
oh,
I think you should. I think you should.
we gotta show it. We see it?
Got
You
the
can see
Glen
it.
Ice on there. I love it.
You could see it. You could see it.
I
Indeed.
love it.
So today, guys,
Get
we're going
to
to
it,
be
man.
talking about the 2026 NFL Draft Class, and we're going to be doing a live mock draft with the guys. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Let me pull it up.
Let's get into it. So, just to give the viewers an understanding of what's going on, we're gonna split our picks. So, Mario will go. He'll do a pick. Then Ryan will do one. I'll do one. I think we can decide the order at who wants to go first. I think Mario, you're the host. It's kind of obvious who's going first. But
No.
Mario, I think since you're the host, I'm going to give you the honors of kicking us off here.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I've been thinking very hard about this pick. It's a very, it can basically go to anybody in the draft class. It's the number one overall pick. So, it's been a hard, it's been,
Hard 30 seconds.
yeah, but the Raiders are taking Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah,
You
I mean, I
know,
think that's the pick. It's going to
It's the
happen.
pick, yeah.
It's there's no brainer on that one. He was easily the best player in college football last year. Raiders need a quarterback. It's obvious. It makes sense. Ryan, I am going to force you to pick two here because I'm wearing a Cardinals jersey right here. So
That's fair.
that's yeah.
I also think this is another no-brainer. You can go Sonny Styles if you wanted to, but you take best available here, and it's Arvell Reese.
I agree.
When it comes to Arvil Reese, I'm a little concerned about his ability to find a role in the NFL because yes, he's versatile in a similar way to Sonny Styles. Obviously, Sonny Styles more athletic, more versatile, but Arvil Reese kind of has that tweener position where he could play edge, he could play linebacker. He's gonna be good, I think.
He's more of a football player, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the Jets certainly need football players, so I think that makes sense. And when it comes to my Cardinals here at 3, unfortunately, if I had my choice, I would go Francis Mauigoa from Miami, the right tackle. But there's real smoke to what's coming out of the Arizona organization, what Adam Schefter's saying. And Jeremiah Love is looking like he's going to be the pick at number 3. There's been a lot of traction on it for the past few weeks. Arizona had a top 30 visit with Jeremiah Love. You don't just do that just for giggles. I think the smoke's real, and I think the Arizona Cardinals kind of shock everybody and take Jeremiah Love at 3.
You just ruined my whole draft like that.
Well, let's make it interesting. Mario, you're the Titans at 4. Your guy
I am.
just got picked off the board. So what are you doing here?
I think, going off of, basically half of the draft, they're going off of best player available. And I think if you're the Titans, I think you go that strat as well. So I think they take the best valuable player at this position. And it's gonna shock you guys, but they're gonna take Ruben Bain.
So you see, I love that. Obviously, they took number 1 overall Cam Ward, Miami Hurricane last year,
Mm-hmm.
and Cam Ward all offseason has been telling Ruben Bain, "Hey, we're coming to get you. We're gonna go get you." You know, I think if Love's not there, I think Bain's the pick. I honestly think it's between those two guys. I know there's a lot of hype about David Bailey, but I think the Miami connection works, and I think Bain's talent is more than enough to justify the number
Um,
4 overall selection.
My thought on this pick, back to your point about Miami Connect, I think that's 100% the offensive tackle coming out of Miami. Like, no brainer.
You think
Their
Mauigoa goes 4?
defensive. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
They spent too much money on their defense. Actually,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like, they spent a lot of money on the defense. They just grabbed Wandell. There's some speculation off the other offensive tackle spot because you have The interior line's okay. You have JC there. Um, and I think you just finished it off with that Miami Connect, like you just said.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I think that
I'm not
pick
mad
makes
at this.
sense. No, I mean, I think the Manginoa pick would make sense. Again, even more of a Miami connection, considering they both played on the offensive side of the ball. I think Manginoa is the best tackle in the draft. I think that's a logical pick by the Titans if it were to happen. I just feel like, considering their visits, they've had visits with Arvell Reese, David Bailey, Ruben Bain. It feels like they're leaning towards defense, weirdly enough, and I feel like they want to get their X factor on defense. They got their X factor on offense last year, so the two guys from the same university, why not? Ryan, I'll hand it off to you at pick number 5 with the Giants.
Oh man, this is tough.
This is a very hard pick.
Um,
Mind you, they just
They-
traded Dexter Lawrence as
they
well,
did
so you
just
got to keep
trade
that in
Dexter
mind.
Lawrence, but the guys I see here are outside the box players. Besides Sonny. And they do have Bobby, of course. Would be nice to see him paired with another young stud.
And it's an interesting situation to be in if you're a
But-
Giants fan.
There is a question mark at an offensive tackle spot, so I will
Mm,
give him the benefit of the doubt.
you're gonna go Francis?
I'm gonna go Francis.
I think it's always a safe pick. Tackle's always
Always.
a safe pick, especially when you know the
Good.
guy's going to be good. Mangino is going to be really good. And I mean, if that's a pick that the Giants make, fans might not be happy because it kind of just waved the white flag on Evan Neal. But Mangino is also a guy that could
Rightfully
move to
so.
guard.
Really
I
good.
mean, rightfully so. Like if they want to give up on Evan Neal, rightfully so. If they want to keep him around and move Mangino to guard, by all means. I don't think that's a terrible pick. I think they're going to go Styles. I just feel like it fits Harbaugh's system more. But Mangino would allow them to have basically 2 franchise tackles on either side of Jackson Dart. So the only way you could win is by protecting your quarterback, and the Giants would be doing just that at pick 5. At pick 6, I feel like this is one of those very obvious picks. I know we joked around about pick 1. I won't joke around here. I'll make it very brief and very obvious. They're going wide receiver. They're bringing Carnell Tate. They're keeping him in the Ohio area. A lot of people think he's the wide receiver 1 in this class. I think there's a really tight gap between the top 3 wide receivers. But I think Tate kind of has the allure around him of being the safest wide receiver in the class, and that's why the Browns take him. I think he's a great route runner, and he's able to make plays whenever he needs to. A lot of people have a few complaints on him. He didn't really emerge as other Ohio State wide receivers did, the Jackson Smith and Jigbas of the world, the Marvin Harrison Jr.'s of the world, but he's good, and the Cleveland Browns need good wide receivers. So I think it's match made in heaven there, and Carnell Tate is the wide receiver 1 for Shedeur Sanders.
I agree. I definitely agree that they do go receivers, especially with Judy. Just I mean,
Falling off a cliff.
he looked bright with Winston, but with Winston, everybody looks bright. You could see Wandell. Wandell looked really good with Winston. So, I mean, just matters how much you feed the ball to them. Look at
I mean,
Michael Wilson.
I love this guy. I mean, like, what was his catch rate in college? Like fucking 97%, some absurd number.
It was pretty crazy.
Dude,
he's secure hands.
And he's tall, dude. Like that.
6'2".
I feel like that's what they need. They need that. They have like 2 jump ball receivers. Who's gonna like?
I agree.
Man, I love this guy.
He has very safe
Questionable
hands.
40, but honestly,
You can make it work in the NFL even with a questionable 40, though.
I agree.
I think this guy's
Plus, I think he's a very underrated big play threat as well. I know a lot of people,
100%.
again, like I said, they criticize him because he didn't pop off the screen as other Ohio State wide receivers did, but very, very underrated deep threat. And with a team that doesn't have a great quarterback, he's pretty good at tracking football.
almost matched
So,
Smith's yards.
yeah, no, he's good. He's good. Mario, we'll go to you. Pick 7, Washington. What are we doing here?
Like I said before about the Titans, I definitely think they're gonna be taking best available player, which is gonna be Sony Styles. I definitely think that if you're the Commanders, I mean, you look at the path that you had, which was it like 2 years ago, that you went to the NFC Championship with a very, very, very young JD. And I mean, you look at the defense now, you see Bobby Wagner, he's slowing down really, really bad. And I mean, why not just get an absolute replacement in the top seven? Not even this guy was a top five projected pick in Sony Styles. And why not just take the future of your defense now?
Yeah. I mean, I think if he's there, you take him, right? I think he's an athletic freak, unlike we've really ever seen at the linebacker position. Obviously, he transitioned from safety to linebacker, so still a little bit to learn. But I mean, no pun intended, he can be the commander of a defense in the NFL. I think that's a home run pick for the Commanders. We'll go down to the Bayou. Ryan, you're back on the clock.
All right. Here, sadly, I think they're going to Lane. Humongous question mark on DBs right now, other than Kool-Aid.
Really?
100%. They just lost. They just lost Alante. That was
Yeah.
really their number 2 guy. And the rest are nobodies.
Shots flight.
Yeah, indeed.
So we're going to Lane.
I think this guy. Sadly, I say sadly because, in my opinion, he's a Finn. But between the Saints and the Chiefs, I think he's gone for sure.
Yeah, I think he's top 9 pick easily. I think
And
that's a
even
good pick.
the Giants, I mean, they could use a guy there.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the stats kind of pop out for themselves. 3 years at Virginia Tech. He was very good at Virginia Tech, transferred to Louisiana State University, LSU, for his senior year, trying to up his draft stock. And I mean, he's done just that. And to be able
balled
to
out.
stick around, in New Orleans would be great for him. So I think it works well. Here at 9, if Delane is there for Kansas City, you take him. But if this guy somehow falls at 9, I think you just kind of sprint to the podium. David Bailey's a very talented edge rusher. I think you look at the stats, you look at the tape, he pops. He pops, and that's really a big thing for me when it comes to edge rushers. It's one of my slight concerns about Arvell Reese. To me, when I watched him, he didn't really pop off that much. David Bailey does. Romello Height from Texas Tech, who we'll talk later, one of my sleepers, it's another guy who pops off the screen. Maybe it's a scheme thing at Texas Tech. Maybe not. I'm willing to gamble that David Bailey is good enough to succeed in a system like Kansas City, where they won't necessarily need him to be the star in the front seven. You still have Chris Jones, right? It's still a very
George Karlaftis.
solid defense. You still have
Right.
George Karlaftis, exactly. So you just kind of plug in, fit, play a role, and at least for the first few seasons of your career, you're not expected to be a 10-sack guy, right? Can he be that? 1,000%. But I think it comes down to the fact that if he's there, Kansas City takes him with a big smile on their face too. So pick 9, David Bailey.
I like that pick.
And may I just say, leaving the Giants in a horrible spot here. Treacherous.
I don't know
I
if
don't
I agree
see-
with you on that.
I think this is a really bad spot for them. I think they already have their guy as safety, in my opinion. They just drafted a tackle per mock draft.
Yeah.
Signed Isaiah Likely. I mean,
So Mario, GM of the Giants here. You're listening to Ryan. What do you think?
I think I gave him a good reminder right there.
I mean, I don't see the Giants in a bad position right here. I mean, looking into it, John Harbaugh coming into a Giants locker room, quite literally missing probably the best athlete in football right now, which is Kyle Hamilton. So why not just bring a young stud, just build them up from the ground up, and Caleb Downs. Am I wrong?
And I think they're similar in profile. Caleb Downs, to me, is a top 3 player in the draft. I think he falls a little bit due to positional value. But I mean, he is just outstanding. He was great at Alabama. He was great at Ohio State, national championship safety. Another guy, and we're talking about popping when you play. That guy pops. And not only does he pop, he brings the pop. He hits you and hits you hard. He's a great player. He's an athlete, and he kind of fits that Kyle Hamilton role that John Harbaugh likes. I think it's a great pick for Mario.
Now the Finns, RJ.
There you go,
All right.
RJ, your favorite team.
I'm
Let's
not
hear
gonna
it.
say I didn't say Caleb Downs because I definitely wanted Caleb Downs as a Finn. But I'm cool. I'm cool with Spencer here, to be honest. Um, yeah, I'm cool with Spencer. I think if Caleb Downs isn't there, then we could wait for another safety. Um, and yeah, safe pick.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to the Dolphins, I think you kind of have to protect Malik Willis. You have to give him a fighting chance. Right now, the team around him isn't great, other than Achane. Aaron Brewer's pretty solid, but you need more. And I think from an athletic perspective, Spencer Fano is very athletic. The problem is his arms. His arms are a little small, but he does have the strength to dominate good edge rushers. And I think that's going to come big when it comes to playing in the AFC East, a division with a lot of great defenses and very underrated pass rushes. So I think Spencer Fano is a great pick there for the Dolphins. I'm on the clock here with the Cowboys at pick 12, and it's an interesting one. You know, the Cowboys, they really like to go get their guy. And right now, you look at Dallas,
What are
and
you doing?
it feels like they're a few players away. They're a few stars away from really being a good team, right? And they feel like they should be a lot better than they seem to be, especially these last few years. And one of those positions that they really tend to fail at is a defensive back. I don't think their defensive backs this year are very good. Obviously, you had Trayvon Diggs a few years ago, who was great. He's gone now. You had Deron Bland a few years ago. I believe he's also gone.
He's still there.
Is he still there? Okay, he's still there. But regardless, I'm not impressed with the Cowboys secondary. And I think you need something to spark up here. And at the end of the day, this guy, Jermod McCoy, there's concern. There's injury concern. But if there's one thing we know about Jerry Jones, he does not give a shit about injury concern, or any concern for that matter. Jermod McCoy is a very talented cornerback. He's personally my CB3. My CB2 will come later to sleepers. But here, I think he's an easy pick for the Cowboys. So I think it's Jermod McCoy heading over to Dallas.
All right, so now it's me with the Rams.
Yep.
I mean,
Interesting pick here. It gets tough here. It gets tough.
It does.
Definitely
It does. It does. I mean, looking at the board, the Rams, like you were just talking about the Giants, there's not really a lot of good bright spots. I mean, there is, but at the raw positions for them right now, I definitely think there's more bright spots in the offensive side, which I think they definitely need more the defensive side, if anything. So, I mean, realistically, I think they stack up on the defense with Trent McDuffie. They take the best safety available, which is Dylan Thieneman. I said that right.
Thieneman, I believe it is. He's
Said that right.
he's very versatile. I don't mind the pick for LA. I just personally think at 13, they're going to have a chance to really make this offense explosive. And try and get Matt Stafford one last ring in this iteration of the Rams. I think
I'm agreeing with you, but I don't think it means they take Makai.
No, I think they would take Sadiq here, but I think they take the other Oregon Duck.
I like Sadiq too.
He's very athletic, but
yeah.
Thieneman also works athletic as well. Just obviously different side of the ball, and for a team that has an excellent front seven and is now improving their secondary, it fits well into what they've been doing all offseason.
All right.
Ryan, you
Man,
are
I
on
really
the
wanted
clock.
this pick. I really wanted this pick.
You did.
It's good to know. Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm kind of stumped.
Let me hear it, buddy.
I'm just kidding. I think it's Jordan Tyson.
Okay. So I think when it comes to Jordan Tyson, I think he's the best wide receiver in the class. I just think the injury concern is very real.
I don't
I
think he
think
is at all.
you don't think he's the best.
No, I don't think his concern is anything to him. I don't
Really?
think.
So you think he's just going to be smash mouth pick?
Yeah.
I mean, he's very talented. Even when he was a freshman at Colorado, very very talented player. And I mean, I think it gives Lamar Jackson another great option at wide receiver. So I mean, if they were able to pull this off, that Tyler looped missed field goal looks a lot better today than it did a few months ago.
Yeah.
So
Anthony?
pick number 15 here brings an interesting pick. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They missed the playoffs last year, and it feels like their window is closing if it hasn't closed already. Obviously, Mario, you're wearing the Baker Mayfield jersey right now, so I know that kind of hurts you to hear. I know you're a big Baker Mayfield guy. But, I mean, I think if this team wants to win, God, I think you need to stay with what's been working for so many years, and it's been that offense. And I think they're a team that needs tight end help. And while, they're a team that has Emeka Egbuka and Chris Godwin, they just lost Mike Evans. They just lost a serious receiving threat. Last time this team picked a tight end in the first round, it didn't work out so well. He'll do it again this time. I think it works out a lot better for them with Kenyon Sadiq from Oregon, one of the most athletic tight ends we've ever seen.
I agree. 100% agree with that pick.
Mario, your Jets now are on the clock. What are you doing?
I know what you're talking about
This
my
isn't
Jets.
What do you do here, man?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your
My
Jets.
Jets. And it's sad. And it's sad watching this very talented man go into a team that I'm gonna have to root against for the next. I'm gonna have to root against him for the next couple
Forever.
years. Yeah, forever actually, because I honestly think he's gonna be elite, and it's gonna be Malachi
He's gonna be elite.
Lemon.
No doubt about that.
It sucks.
Kyle Lemon, there you go.
It sucks, bro. It sucks.
So what you're saying is that you hate Jordan Tyson with a passion. Got you. All right.
That's what I'm hearing.
That's
All
exactly.
right, Ryan, you're on the clock. Detroit, let's hear it.
I think it's. I think it's Hakeem. Yeah.
I love that for Detroit. I think Akeem Mesidor right next to Trey. Not Trey Hendrickson. Aiden Hutchinson.
They did lose Alex. I think what's his last name?
Anzalone. I don't think they lost him.
They
did lose him. Okay. I mean, yeah,
Vikings.
they did. Which was unfortunate for them.
Which a great fucking sign. Oh yeah.
You still have Aiden Hutchinson and Akeem Mesidor, while on the older side, I mean, produced on a nearly national championship team and was arguably better than Ruben Bain. I think he's outstanding. I think he's a home run pick for Detroit. Let's go. Pick 18 here. Let's go to Minnesota, shall we? So it's Akeem Mesidor at 17 for Detroit. At 18, this is interesting. All right. This is a team that, last year was kind of spoiled by a terrible quarterback with J.J. McCarthy. Now they got the man Kyler Murray, so you got to expect some.
That boy K1.
You got to expect some upgrades here. Upgrades. But when you look at the Vikings, the one thing that stands out to me is they have a significant lack of DB help. And I know I'm going back-to-back DB picks on my end. I know they just lost Harrison Smith. Dylan Thieneman would have been a great pick here. He doesn't slide in this draft class, but a guy who's available who I think might be just as good, if not better, is Emmanuel McNeil Warren from Toledo. Smaller school, so bit of a question against, tougher offenses. And, definitely a concern of can he translate to the NFL. But I think the ball skills are there. I think he has a little bit of trouble tackling, but that's something that can be developed, especially with a team like Minnesota. But the skills you want in a first-round safety are there, and I think it's a great pick for Minnesota.
Going to me as the Panthers, we're going to have to speed this draft up. quick words about some
Lightning round.
players.
Let's do it.
You ready? Fast. 3, 2, 1. I honestly think the Panthers go, with their young quarterback and their young receiving threat as McMillan. I don't see why. And plus, they had an amazing, outstanding defense and two outstanding signings with Phillips and Devin Lloyd, which Devin Lloyd absolutely shocked the free agency going to Carolina.
Yeah.
That's besides the point. I definitely think they go and they try to protect their young quarterback who has probably one of the brightest futures in the NFL. And I think they take Freeling.
Monroe Freeling, very athletic tackle. I know we've been throwing the word athletic around, but he's great. And that'd be, the fact that he'd fall that far to Carolina would be awesome for them. Cowboys back in the clock, and this time it is Ryan selecting.
All right.
Right ahead.
I think this is one of the easiest picks of the draft here. They go back to defense, 100%. It's Keldrick Folk.
Wow. Okay, I thought it would have been C.J. Allen, but Keldrick Falk works. Obviously, losing Micah Parsons last year was
Well,
tough.
also Micah Parsons, correct.
But slight Micah Parsons replacement. Definitely not as good, but he'll be productive in the NFL. 21. This is a very simple pick. Aaron Rodgers still up in the air in Pittsburgh. We don't know whether he's coming back or not. You don't want Will Howard as your Week 1 starting quarterback. The Steelers do it again. They did it a few years ago with Kenny Pickett.
Oh no.
This time they draft quarterback, and they go Ty Simpson at 21.
Well, I'm gonna have to search this guy up.
Yeah. Ranked 42nd on the big board.
What are you doing?
But they
to
need a-
Steelers?
They need a quarterback badly. That's their guy. Mario, you're on the clock with the Chargers.
I am. Well, looking at the Chargers, I mean, there's a blaring spot of need, which is, again, for the past, I believe 5 years, they've had O lineman help. And, I don't even know what the organization is doing anymore. Trying to help Justin Herbert, who's, showed that he could be, he has the MVP talent and he could show that he can lead a team to the playoffs, with a bad O-line or a good O-line. He can show it. So I think they, with Amari Hampton in the backfield, I believe they still have J.K. Dobbins. And plus, just to help out Herbert a little bit more, they're going to take Loney.
Yeah. I like that pick. Penn State. Good pick there. Philadelphia on the clock. Potentially losing A.J. Brown in a few weeks.
This is a tough pick, in my opinion. I think they take best available.
Which is C.J.
Yeah.
Allen.
C.J. Allen. And that would fit perfectly for
C.J.
them.
Allen losing
That-
Nakobe Dean.
Yeah, I mean, it fit perfectly for them. They've picked a lot of Georgia Bulldogs in the past, and
Nakobe
he's
Dean.
incredibly talented. Yeah, Nakobe Dean is one of them. They've had a lot of success with Bulldogs, so might as well go back to it. Browns at 24. Listen, you need offensive line help. You're going to get the biggest guy you can. You're going to get Caden Proctor, and you're going to bring him to Cleveland. A lot of people aren't too high on him, but I know the Browns are. Top 30 visit with him. I think he sneaks into the first round to Cleveland.
I agree. Going to Chicago, been there, went to Soldier Field.
There you
Oh,
go.
I got to saw the game live.
Nobody asked.
It was a trip like no other. And you know what? With Jalen Johnson out there on an island, you know what? Might as well put another island on the other side of the field. So why not get the best corner available, which is Terrell from Clemson.
Yeah, Havion Terrell, brother of AJ. Bills on the clock with an evident need. Ryan, are you going to fill that need?
This is so easy for me here. It's Omar Cooper.
Yep, there it is. And that guy is huge. Met him in person.
Massive.
Very, very impressive wide receiver at Indiana. Pick number 27. It is the San Francisco 49ers. This is a team that needs a little bit of help on the defensive side of the ball. And a lot of people have been complaining about the small hands. I'm not a complaint on it. I think Cassius Howell from Texas A&M is the pick here for the San Francisco 49ers, and I think he wreaks havoc in the NFC West.
Okay, here's my problem on the Texans. I do think they have a blaring need in offensive tackle or offensive line in general. But you know how good it would be to have that front seven locked down for I
Mm.
don't know how many years. It looks enticing to me to just put McDonald on the Texans. But I'm gonna go Miller, it's a safe, like you just said, it was
You
a
did all that for what?
waving the white flag, it's a
You did
safe
all that.
pick, safe pick. So I think they go Miller.
Okay.
29. What do you got
Um,
here, Ryan?
ooh. Um, this is tough. I think the flashy pick here is 100% Denzel Boston. I mean, that's the flashy pick.
I think that
Um,
could work.
who did we have? Who did we have him take earlier in the draft?
It was David Bailey.
David Bailey.
Okay. I mean,
You need wideout. You also need DB.
yeah. Let's take him, Denzel Boston.
Well, I mean, if I was a Dolphins fan, I would be clapping like a seal.
Oh yeah.
I'd be very happy right now because a very underrated wide receiver just fell into your lap. You need wide receiver help. The entire goal of this first round has been helping Malik Willis. You got to tackle earlier. Now you get a wide receiver. Get KC Concepcion.
What just happened?
Can I? Is it frozen?
There you go. We're good.
Can I just say one thing about this pick?
Go right ahead.
Treacherous. I hate it.
Really?
With all my-
Really?
I hate it.
Really? I think
This
he's
is
going to
not
be good.
this is not the podcast to be talking about that.
Final two picks, the Super Bowl teams. Mario, Ryan, take them away. Finish off the show.
So, with the second to last pick, I definitely think they need help on the. I don't know because I really want to go Banks for the Patriots, but
Okay.
I definitely think they're gonna go tackle after what happened at the Super Bowl. So I definitely think
Interesting.
they're gonna be taking the Arizona State tackle.
Interesting. Okay, I think they definitely do need offensive line help. So yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. Pick number 32, Ryan.
All right, Ryan.
You're our
quick one.
guest.
Right. So
Finish it.
this is a pick where you don't really want to change anything on that team after they just won a Super Bowl. There's not really places of need as well. You have a great interior line, great exterior line, which is what I'm looking at here as with these picks. But I'm gonna take Caleb Banks here. In the wrong episode.
With our mock draft being finished, this is the order that we drafted at. If you guys want to take a little peek, here it is.
I think I'm gonna give you guys a round of
Bad, bro.
applause.
Not gonna lie.
No, no. I think we
I
did.
think we did pretty good. I think we did pretty good.
I'll be honest though. I think there's an outlier for the worst GM here. Mario, if I was an owner, you're packing your bags, buddy. You're gone.
I'm packing my bags on
You're
what pick?
gone.
On what
What's
pick?
it?
You're
What's it?
gone.
Every the first pick he got?
Yeah. So 1, 4, 7, 10, and so forth. So it's every third pick we selected.
I don't think
So-
they're that bad.
I think the Max Echanor pick for the Patriots was an interesting one. Also Blake Miller. I guess I'll give you that one. That's fine. But the Echanor pick was definitely my least favorite pick of the draft. But Mario, I'll allow you to criticize me if it's applicable. So what's your least favorite pick of this first round mock here?
Low key, my least favorite is probably Bailey to the Chiefs because I
Really?
would think they take downs.
No,
I would think they take downs, and
I think it.
I don't really like the Francis pick because I think they're 100% taking wide receiver there.
I think they're taking Sonny Styles there. That's my opinion. I think the Francis pick works. I think he's very talented. I think the fit's a little strange. Like I said, if they want to get rid of Evan Neal, it makes sense. But I feel like they might want to write him out.
I really like my Bane pick.
I like Bane. I like the pick. But yeah, I mean, so
to be
you're
honest,
Go ahead,
in my opinion, I think their defensive line is stacked already.
Yeah,
No,
It is.
I think so.
no,
It
it's
is.
not. They just let go of Sweat to the Jets.
They have Jeffrey Simmons.
Okay, yeah, and who's on the other side?
The other side, what are you talking about? You could throw Jeffrey Simmons in the inside.
Yeah, Jeffrey Simmons is a nose tackle. He's probably the best in football, second best in football.
Not
Jeffrey
an end.
Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons is an edge.
He's a DT. He's a DT.
Yo, bro, I'm not tripping.
He
bro.
is a defensive tackle, Mario. He's a very big
Okay,
body.
okay, yeah,
He's a
okay,
defensive
okay,
tackle.
okay, yeah. So then who are you gonna put at the edge?
Ruben Bain, the guy you just selected at 4.
Exactly. Who I think is a good pick for them.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick. I don't mind the pick. I don't mind the pick.
I don't mind.
I think the worst pick of the first round is definitely Ty Simpson.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
that
I
was
think
gonna
it's
be my
happen.
that was gonna be my worst pick.
I
100%.
think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen. I think it'll be the surprise of the draft, similar to what happened with Jackson Dart last year.
I'd rather wait till the 7th round of the draft.
I'd rather wait till 2027 to draft a quarterback.
Go get
I think-
go get Taylor Green, man. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Go get Carson Beck in the 40s.
Yeah, bro. 'Cause
Yo,
Yeah,
that's not a bad idea.
I think it's a bad move for the Steelers. I just think that's what they're gonna end up.
are we doing bias here? Are we doing bias? What are we doing?
No, I mean I think that's what they're gonna need. I mean, if we're talking
Carson Wentz
bias,
is what they're gonna need. Is what you're telling me.
yes, Carson Beck. Just ignore what he did in the national championship game. It's okay. My best pick definitely does have some bias in it, and I think it's Akeem Mesidor to the Lions. Like I said, I think it's a perfect fit for a team that is trying to compete. He's an older player. He's an older prospect, but he's going to have an impact right away on a defense that struggled last year. They lost their coordinators a few years ago. Now you're kind of entering this next era of Lions football where it feels like their window's closing a little bit. This is a pick that grows their window a few years, in my opinion. And if Mesidor is a really big hit, then this is a pick that blows open their Super Bowl window for the next 2 to 3 years. So we'll see if Mesidor's, as polished as he was in college. But if he is, I think that's a incredible valuable pick at 17.
My favorite pick. I think my favorite pick is the Mansour Dillon pick. For him to be as good as he was senior year, I mean, I watched a lot of the LSU games this year. I mean, stud, like just a stud.
He's good.
And for him to go back to New Orleans, I think is beautiful.
Yeah.
I
Mario.
also love. Where was I looking? It's a high pick. Both of mine are high picks, but I love Cardinal Tate. I just gotta say it. Like,
Yeah. I think he has potential to be really good.
I think he has potential to be a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL first year.
Wow.
Jake.
First year. Wow.
Well,
That's a bold
not
take.
like if he was on the right team.
Okay.
He's
I mean,
talent, is what I'm trying to say.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. Mario, what's your favorite pick of the first round?
My favorite pick of the first round. I don't know, man. I really like, like I was saying before during the video, I really like that Jordan, like whatever that Ravens pick is, I honestly think is gonna work out for them. I think they're in a really good spot that no matter which receiver drops to them, I think it's gonna work out.
I just like
Okay,
Tyson
so can we
Flowers
talk
together.
about Jordan Tyson or
Mekhi Lemon.
Kyle Lemon?
It's Tyson.
No,
I think Tyson's your
I think Lemon is the better receiver.
No,
Why?
I think it's Tyson.
100%. I think the only reason he's getting dropped a little bit is because of his height, and they usually played him in the slot, but we've tend to seen slot guys in college become successful wide receivers in the NFL, such as Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean,
Jackson Smith and Jigba was next to who? Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave.
Yeah, but it doesn't really. Yeah, JSN was really forced into the slot position, but that doesn't mean that anybody can't perform in that, and they can't perform out of it. Exactly.
100%.
yeah. To your credit, Mekhi Lemon, sorry, was the Fred Biletnikoff Award winner last year. He is one of the best wide receivers in college football. He was one of the best wide receivers.
And you
in
won't
college
have to
football.
worry about. I mean, not that you have to worry about it with Jordan Tyson, the injury concern.
But yeah, I don't think there's an injury concern when it comes to Lemon.
Agreed.
I think he's a plug and play guy. A lot of people have him as the wide receiver 1. I think his measurables are a little weird, considering his height and considering how he plays. They weren't as good as I would have liked. I think Tyson's a stronger wide receiver. I think he's a better wide receiver. And I think the speed's about the same. So that's just my opinion. That's why I have Tyson.
I think Jordan Tyson is more ready for the NFL.
Mekhi Lemon's pretty big. Like he's a pretty big receiver. Like you guys are talking about his size, but I was looking at it
he's
a couple of days ago. He's a 5'11", like I believe he's like 185 to 190.
That's big.
I think he's 191.
I mean, for his size, that's pretty big.
That's not huge though. That's a average sized wide receiver, and considering the way he plays, like he reminds me a lot of Jahan Dotson coming out of Penn State. He's definitely going to be better than Dotson. I'm not trying to compare the two.
Okay, thank God.
But no. He's a much better route runner than Dotson. He's also a much better big play wide receiver, hence the Fred Biletnikoff Award. And I mean, his hands are disgusting. I think he only had 2 drops in his career, which is insane. And considering his height, he can win jump balls pretty easily.
It's impressive.
He's impressive. He's a very impressive wide receiver. I prefer Tyson, but I think all 3 of those guys are going to be very good.
One thing I didn't get to cover is that from the tape that I've watched, at least, Mekhi Lemon is more of the first read guy, so you'll look at him through the fade ball, through the glance route, and if it's not there, you're looking at someone else, obviously.
Yeah.
And when you have Lamar Jackson on the field, he's dialed in. He'll throw to anybody. And you'll see a lot of his big plays rolling out of the pocket and Zay Flowers improvising on routes. I think Jordan Tyson does that way better than Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment, honestly. Before we go, and I'll let Mario start here, just out of curiosity, one sleeper.
One sleeper?
Not in the first round. Y'all
are going to expect this one. This is a real sleeper.
Go ahead, Mario. The host. I'll let you take the lead.
I'm going to try to say his name right. I'm going to go Josiah Trotter.
Oh.
Josiah Trotter. Okay.
From Missouri.
That's
from Missouri.
Okay. That's not the one that's not the one I expected you to go with. Yeah. Tell me what's up with
with
Josiah.
Hey, no, I'm not trolling.
No, he's hear him out here. Let's hear him out here. That's not the Missouri guy I would have gone with. But yeah, I believe Trotter was a 5-star coming out of high school.
He's a pretty hefty linebacker. He's 6'2", walking around, I believe, like 240. And, he didn't really run the 40. He didn't really do a lot of exercises during the combine, actually. But he did this bench press, which he repped out 27 reps, which is pretty strong. So
I hope so. He's a linebacker.
He is. So, I mean, from where he's at, positioned in the draft, he's a very good linebacker that you could just take a chance on him as a run blocker. Big guy, stuffs the hole, and that's it.
And he comes from football royalty. His dad played for the Eagles. I believe he was an All-Pro. But yeah,
that's my sleeper.
There you go.
Crazy shout, guys.
That's a crazy one. Not the one I was expecting.
Was not expecting that one.
No, my sleeper is a little more, I don't want to say obvious, right? But I think if you know me, I think you kind of know where I'm going with this. Obviously, you guys know I'm a huge Canes fan, and I'm trying to stay as unbiased as possible here. But when I watch tape on some of these defensive backs, none of these guys pop the way that Keontae Scott does to me. I think Keontae Scott down the stretch was outstanding, most known for his pick 6 in the Ohio State game in the Cotton Bowl. He's great throughout the entire season. He's one of the best run-stopping cornerbacks I've personally ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
He's also blazing 4.340.
Super quick.
Yes, super quick, hard hitter. The stats will tell you he misses tackles, and he does. He does over-pursue a little bit, but I feel like that's something that's very manageable, very fixable in the NFL. And for a team, that wants to compete in the latter half of the second round, let's say a team like the Jaguars. I feel like he's a perfect fit for a team like that. Obviously, the Jaguars don't have a first-round pick, so that would be their first pick of the draft. And I think that's a home run pick. Keionte Scott, another guy who's on the older side. I believe he's 24 years old. But he's still a great, like I said, great run-stopping cornerback. And some room to grow in man coverage, but zone coverage, outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And he's a playmaker. You saw it down the stretch, and he brings an intensity and a fire to the field. I'm going to sound crazy here, but he's the most Ed Reed-looking defensive back I've seen out of a prospect in a very long time. I'm not saying he's as good as Ed Reed or anything like that, but he's got the moxie, and he's got that feel to him. It does help he went to the U, but, I mean, this guy, I feel like he could play outside on the boundary, but I feel like he's more of a slot guy. But the talent's there. The talent's there, and he's going to knock your head off in the NFL. So Keionte Scott's my sleeper.
I love that. So, if I'm not mistaken, we're having this conversation about who we think should be in the first round, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Just clarifying. After I heard Mario's answer.
Yeah,
I thought we were just overall just talking
Okay,
about
on the same
sleepers.
page. Okay, cool.
I was a little shocked in that
In
one.
terms,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I mean, I know Keionte Scott's not really a projected first rounder. Teams wouldn't select him in the first, but I feel like he's going to be a guy where it's like, man, how did you let that guy slip so far in a few years? So he's a first round talent in my eyes. So Ryan, I'm interested.
Crowder's up there as well.
All right, so I'm gonna go with somebody that I do think should be in the first round, and it's Eli Stowers. I mean,
Dang, I love this.
and I'm to be honest, I'm looking at that Dolphins pick, and I'm itching.
At 30?
I'm itching. I'm itching. I think this guy is going to be great, and he fits the scheme perfectly.
So
That
you know
quick-
who he reminds me a lot of Trey McBride. He
Dude.
really does. He really does.
Baller. He's a baller. You throw him
Yes.
anywhere. They did it in New Mexico State, or was it New Mexico State? That's where they were, right?
Yeah, I think he went to Vanderbilt. But he.
No, I
don't remember
know.
where he
I know
started.
Diego Pavia brought him from where he was at before to Vanderbilt.
I don't remember where he started.
It was New Mexico State.
I think it was New Mexico State.
Dude,
I'm pretty sure it was New Mexico
they
State.
bring
but yeah.
they bring what they had going on at New Mexico State, a horrible New Mexico State team for years, win a couple games, get into a better conference, and hoop. I mean, straight hoop. Like they were hooping all year round, beating ranked teams after ranked team after ranked team. And that main target was Eli Stowers. And they have him listed at tight end, but could put him anywhere.
You know, you kind of have me bought in on getting him at 30 for the Dolphins. He was an 800-yard tight end last year.
Like watch tape. He's a stud. He's a
good.
stud.
He's good. He's
Great route runner, speed. I'm pretty sure, obviously, aside from Kenny Sadiq, the fastest tight end in the draft.
4.5, I think he ran.
Quick dude, big dude. Pause.
Yeah. Pause.
Yeah. I'm not too sure on his blocking skills, but I could give a damn, to be honest.
I could give a damn either. Mario, let's finish this one off.
All right, guys. Just wanted to say thank you, Ryan, again for joining us for this week's podcast for the NFL Draft.
Thank you
Anthony,
for having me.
it's always a welcome from you to
Always a pleasure to be
be in
here,
the
man. This
podcast.
is I know it was a long episode for the viewers. I hope you stick around and watch it all. A lot of great takes dropped today. But yeah, man, just happy to be
Mario
here.
one was a little questionable, but
That last Mario one was a little questionable. We'll see how that one ages.
Hey,
We have it
bro.
on tape.
Hey, bro, listen,
But-
listen. We're gonna be coming
at least
back
you
to
say
this.
he said it.
We're gonna be coming back to this, and we're gonna be looking at Trotter, and you're gonna be like, "Man, Mario was right."
What's his name?
Mario was
What's his
right.
name again?
Josiah.
Josiah
Trotter.
Trotter,
Look at me and tell me what college you went to again.
Missouri.
There you go. He knows his ball. He knows his ball. I'll
Okay.
criticize him for his picks here in the latter half of the first round, but he knows his ball.
All right, guys. Just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching, and it's always it always warms my heart when I see viewers and even likes on my posts,
Yeah.
we're coming back, small channel, but this is really all for fun. Just getting the boys to talk
Yes,
sports,
sir.
talk some shit about some sports, talk some shit about each other about sports. That's what we want to do and that's what we love.
We
So
appreciate the love, guys. Thank you.
so yeah, if you guys really enjoy this content, hit that like button, subscribe, go to the comments, check these guys out on Instagram,
Yes,
and
sir.
I appreciate you guys for watching. Have a good night. All heart. Peace out.